It's the mayor. Man, you know I be checking my game, clocking my grill, talking shit, swallowing spit. Been doing this since I was ankle low to a centipede, toe about knee high to a flea eye. Hey JB, I'ma do this whole song with my pinky finger in the air, nigga.
Checking my game, clocking my grip, talking shit, swallowing spit.
Start up on our Ustream broadcast. And our Ustream link should be in the comments of this on Facebook Live. If you watch Facebook Live, you see us, but you don't get to see the video footage that's above my head this week. Whether it's video footage of Beyonce, Shorty Low, the Cowboys beating the 49ers, or the Redskins losing to somebody, you can't see that above.
Yeah.
You can't see that above my head if you're watching on Facebook Live. But we've been averaging hundreds and thousands of viewers on Facebook Live, so I'm not mad at y'all. Continue to watch his will. What? You watching yourself? Violence.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, everything's posted. We are ready to rock and roll when y'all are.
Man, you don't get started low off the top of my head, JB.
Shut up.
Dang up.
Alright, so this is what we're doing. New to Man Show with JB Frank. We're going to go ahead and officially get started to everybody on Ustream, everybody on Facebook Live. This is the New The Mayor Show with JB Frank, a.k.a. the Black CNN. The revolution will be televised. I'm New The Mayor, the writer, the rapper, the revolutionary, the righteous ratchet.
I'm Harriet Thugman, also known as So Mellow. Freeing the shackles from your mind.
There it is. There it is. Nerds with attitude, gangster geeks, always repping JB Frank. Hello, everyone. Good evening. How y'all doing?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hyena. We have a great show for you tonight.
Yes, sir.
It's our pleasure to do this show every week.
Mm-hmm.
I think tonight's going to be a little bit different. We're going to take some topics, dive in a little bit deeper. Normally we give you like a quick topic, a quick topic, a quick topic, a quick topic. We're going to take our time. We're going to get to hear everything I have to say, everything Mel has to say, everything JB has to say, and we'll read all of your comments and see what you have to say. And we're going to tackle some big stories today as only we can. Mm-hmm. We are the Black CNN. Let's get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, our what the fuck story of the day is first, we want to say condolences and love to Shorty Low. Hello, rest in peace. His funeral was today. But today is, I guess the wake was
on
yesterday.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That was Friday?
Mm-hmm. And the funeral was yesterday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of looked through, how do I say this? Niggas was taking selfies of Shorty Low in the casket at the funeral. They was doing ussies. I don't know. I wasn't trying to do it politically. I don't know what else to call it. They was taking goddamn ussies with his dead body, like my nigga, like
That is not righteous ratchet, people. That is
no. And man, I'm gonna let you explain where they took the casket. Take it, man.
Dun, dun, dun. They took him to Blue Flame afterwards. Because, why not go out with a bang? They tried to take his casket into the strip club, but the owner shut that down. So he at least was able to rein in some of the ratchet. But hey, that.
And I want to say this. I get it to a degree because Biggie made the infamous line, "When I die, they're going to throw me a bedside parade." And they drove Biggie's body through his neighborhood on the way to the cemetery. And they threw a block party outside. That actual footage was used in the Notorious movie. Mm-hmm. The real footage of people celebrating Biggie's life. Jay-Z's made it famous. When I die, they're going to throw me a Brooklyn parade like they did Biggie. I've said it in a rap. I want a DC parade. I get that. Mm-hmm. Go on to Blue Flame.
Give him a parade on Buckhead.
Yeah, go on to Blue Flame and put the casket in style while the girls are stripping.
Yeah, that's a bit much. I think it's going real Weekend at Bernie style.
Yeah, it reminded me of that meme.
Yeah.
The dead Asian guy who was sitting in the chair like this with the drink. And people were like, well, I didn't even know what was wrong with the picture. Like, what's wrong with this picture? I was like, I don't know. Like, he's dead. That's his funeral. They're getting drunk and playing cards around his dead body, which is propped up, playing dominoes and shit. Like, JB, you be the voice of reason on this, man. Talk to me.
There are funereal exercises that other societies, other cultures involved in that we would find macabre and morbid. A lot of people just have a lot more kind of comfortability around the dead than others do. This is a little different though because they were trying to take him into a public establishment. It's just it was taking the whole we're gonna celebrate his life thing to a place where it just shouldn't have gone. Luckily, the owner, cooler heads prevailed, but it was and this is no disrespect to Shorty Low and the way he lived his life and what he did. He hung out at Blue Flame. I don't think any of us would have got mad if they all hung out at Blue Flame after the funeral, after they put him in the ground, but put him in the ground first. It was a little odd. It was a little odd.
It definitely was, and that's our what the fuck story today.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, rest in peace to Shorty L,
Absolutely.
King of Bankhead, ATL legend. Shout out Carlos and his 11 children. I wish you guys comfort and understanding and the ability to mourn and celebrate without being sucked into depression and other ills of life.
Right.
I wish that for his family and his friends and everybody that was a fan of his music and that celebrated his life. Moving on.
Yeah.
Last week we had by far, I think, the craziest presidential debate we've ever witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time we had a woman who was nominated for the office of presidency in a final candidate debate. Mm-hmm. It was the first time we had orange orangutan in the presidential debate. So it was a lot of firsts going around. I'm not even going to start this. JB, I'm going to toss it to you.
I watched / listened to the entirety of the debate, and first it happened. Normally I watch a debate out of kind of political obligation. I feel like I need to check this out. So that was like the first, 20 minutes or so, both of the candidates going back and forth, sparring back and forth with their prepared comments or whatever. And then it got entertaining, and I couldn't shut it off because you know how when you watching a prize fight nude and one dude is just beating the dog shit out of to the point where the announcers are like, somebody needs to end this travesty.
Someone in town.
Yeah, like somebody's gonna get hurt. That's what everybody was saying. Like, dog, and I couldn't turn it off because Donald Trump not only looked like an idiot, he not only looked unprepared, he got completely handled and set up by the woman he has claimed does not have the chutzpah, the clout to run a country, and she just set that nigga up and let him make a complete ass of himself on national TV. And she looked at the camera and laughed with the world while it happened. Craziest thing I ever seen. Hilarious.
I know she had a line I think is going to be infamous when Donald was like, I was out with the people and you were just in the house or whatever. And she was like, I think Donald just accused me of preparing for the election, for the debate. And she was like, okay. But I'm also prepared to be president.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pow, 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 pow. I prepared for this, which is my argument with Hillary. I'm not a big Hillary fan. I think her and Bill are the Underwoods. I think they're inherently evil. They're politicians. And they don't have anybody's best interest at heart except for theirs and Chelsea. I think that's a fact. I think we all know that. We've seen what they've done in Haiti and worldwide. We get it. If it doesn't benefit them, they're not really for it. However, Donald Trump is beyond selfish, which I would call him. Mm-hmm. He's a bigoted idiot who doesn't feel the need to prepare and thinks that his language, his inflammatory speech is going to walk him into the White House, and that's why I say you got to vote Hillary over Trump. And I think that was indicative of that statement there where she was like, I also prepared to be president. This was kind of like, we can't have a person who's not prepared for the office.
It wasn't like shots fired like that. It was more like shots fired. Those were
And a dead body,
yeah,
body on the ground.
It was over by then. It was well over by then.
And I'm no big Hillary supporter at all.
Right.
But Mel, I want to get your take on it.
I mean, it was definitely a complete shit show of Donald Trump. He totally started like, okay, I'm not the only one who caught all the sniffling he was doing, so it sounded like he was like coked up, you know?
Yeah.
And then like just the things that he was saying, and they really nailed him when they started talking about his taxes and how he just like refuses to release them. He keeps trying to bring up the fact that he's being audited, but even the IRS is like, yeah, bruh, you can go ahead and release those. Like that ain't got nothing to do with you not releasing your tax returns. Like you need to go. I mean, it has nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. So when Hillary brought that up and brought up the fact that maybe he doesn't want to release them because it's going to prove that he hasn't paid any taxes, which eventually did come out because the New York Post released that article yesterday about him getting that $916 billion tax. Okay. $1 million.
2011 taxes. He broke down and had to release his 2011 taxes, and
he released those.
It is not
back from '95.
Yeah, I just saw a news report earlier today that he finally, after the debate, he had to released the 2011 tax returns, and
it doesn't look good.
It didn't go well for him.
No, I want to jump in right here really quick because Laura, shout out to Laura watching. She says Gary Johnson, Trump, and Hillary aren't the only options. Gary Johnson. Laura, love you to death. He's a fucking idiot.
He's totally unprepared.
He's almost as unprepared as Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He just, I've watched him, and he doesn't even know what the branches of government are. He can't name
any world leaders.
It was like he couldn't name any world leaders. It was so many things that he just was dumbfounded and lost on. We're not going down that road.
No.
If we were going to go down any independent road, I would say Jill Stein, but she's not even estimated to get more than 1.5% of the vote. So I'm not going to waste a vote on her. Gary Johnson, Donald Trump Jr., no. Hillary is the best of those options, and she's the devil. So it just is what it is. We'll wait and see how Laura responds to what I see. I got a feeling she's going to have something to say about that, but moving right along.
Articles and posts in there. We'll be looking forward to that.
Matter of fact, Bill, you're in charge of their responses.
Okay.
Whatever they say to us, you let us know who's commenting, because I know I'm gonna get some backlash.
Yeah, I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at. Yeah. We all love you, but it is what it is. I mean, and you hit the nail right on the head, New. You can't have an like this. These are your auditions. Like this is how you show the world how you're gonna handle things.
Totally unprepared. Totally unprepared.
I was actually more mad about him letting Hillary get him so flustered and him acting. I wasn't mad about it. I expected it, but it made him look that much more stupid to me because she pushed all of his buttons. She kept touching on the taxes, kept touching on the stupid stuff that he said in the past, which just led him to say even stupider things because he's too much of an idiot to be like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that dumb shit.
He's paying taxes, which he then went back.
Oh my goodness!
She said you're silly.
No.
What else? Yeah. Talking about Miss America, Miss Universe, and
that whole debacle.
And then the stand your ground response.
Stop and frisk.
Sorry, not stand. Name stop and frisk response. My goodness.
Law and order. Stop and frisk is legal. I mean, it's constitutional in his mind. Okay.
Right, and when they brought that up, he was like, "No, it's not." Like he wasn't aware that. Like he was like, "Shit, it's not." My cue card doesn't say that. It's not true. It's not true.
And he kept saying it over and over again, like literally, like muttering under his. It's not true. It's not true. That's wrong. And the moderator's like, dog, like. No,
it is
like,
true.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, but bruh,
that happened a couple of times where anytime you got the moderator going in on you,
that's a problem. And speaking of moderators, I'm gonna moderate this and get us to our next topic. We gotta get the top 5 stories of the day. So let's go into it.
Hold on, she said, why won't they let Gary Johnson debate? Because he doesn't have 15% in it.
Yeah, you have to have 50% of the vote. I think his highest rating in any state was 12%.
Okay.
And his average is like at 6%, and Jill Stein was at like less than 1.5%. So it's just not going to happen. And I would say not in this election, but as a general rule, you should vote for these third-party candidates so that they can eventually have a voice. But I think in this election, we can afford to do it. And unless the Democrats ploy, oh God, don't let Trump get in, everything's going to be ruined. Well, unfortunately, they're right.
But if you really want to make a difference, vote in these local elections because like 98% of Congress is up for re-election. Or seats are up.
Really glad to hear you say that. Yep.
Change is legislated locally. Change is legislated locally.
Absolutely.
And hopefully next election we'll be able to get, because I'm already convinced next election I'm not, unless Hillary has like a come to Jesus moment and she does the right thing, I already know I'm voting Republican next election. I've decided. Not independent. I'm voting Republican. I don't, unless it's Trump again. I'll go with Ricky Rubio. I'll go with George Steele. I'll go with damn near any Republican. I want to show the Democrats you're not going to keep getting my vote no matter what. This time, Hillary's going to get it.
Right.
After this, they will no longer get my vote just to get it.
Yeah,
if they ain't anybody else other than Trump, I would not be voting for Hillary.
Oh, now that is 100% true for me. 100% true for me. From my perspective, the Democrats have kind of earned my vote in a lot of ways by being the least evil of the two options, unfortunately. You know, and we had the luxury of actually picking someone we wanted over the last 8 or so years. It's time to, after this one, it's going to be a real serious decision, you know, and it might not be Democrat, real talk. That's a good point.
You can see what Hillary does, but I'm already saying it more.
Somebody's going to talk about reparations. How about that?
How about that? Oh, that was a segue.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Our next topic is the United Nations, the world's government, has decided that because of the unfair practices America has practiced on African Americans and what they've done to us over the last hundreds of years, they decided that in that 78-year period of legislated slavery, that the United States of America received $5.9 trillion in labor, and for that select portion in time, they owe African Americans $5.9 trillion just for that portion. That's not Jim Crow. That's not racism. That's not 2016. That's just for the period of the legislated slavery. And we're owed $5.9 trillion. I need my money because I want to invest in Apple. So I need my reparations. Man, what do you think?
I need my reparations, and I don't care who pays for it. I mean, I don't care how you give it to me, whether you forgive my student loans, you give me some land, you let me not pay federal taxes for the rest of my life. I'm talking about, I just want my reparations, and I don't care how you do it. So if I need to submit some paperwork to prove that I am a descendant of slaves, I'm prepared to do that because I can find it. I done found my ancestors on Ancestry.com. So if that's what it's going to take, let's do it. But I'm tired of having the discussion about it and nothing happening. I want something to happen. I want what's due. Just due.
I don't want it to turn into even the concept or the possibility of another bread line, but I do want it to happen. I think that it absolutely should happen, but I want it done in such a way that, number one, it's fair to the black people who actually deserve reparations, the people who not only are the descendants of slaves, but who can prove they are the descendants of slaves. And quite frankly, I think that's important to this country.
I'm iffy on that because you get some folks in the hood that don't even know how to prove it, and then they're the ones who probably need the reparations the most, and they're the ones that are going to be quickly fucked out of the money.
Well, and
I'm iffy on that.
Well, and part of the process needs to be the education, right? Because you can't just require that people do things without helping them to understand how to do it. Understanding your ancestry at this point is something you can do from your phone, and it's free, right?
So free?
Yes.
You can totally create your family tree online.
Yeah. So I'm not
free.
Yeah.
So just test the people to pay $200 for it.
That's the actual DNA test.
That's a DNA test.
You can do the ancestry for free.
Yes. You can check.
How long does it take?
I mean, if you want to be thorough, yeah, like it took me a total of like 45 minutes, but I was very, very thorough. Like I took a deep
This is what
dive.
we're gonna do. We're gonna make a promise. We're gonna do all our, because I haven't done mine. We're gonna do all our ancestry this week, and on next week's show, we're gonna reveal it unless we find out all was right or something. We keep it secret.
Well, you mean like
Other
a
than
DNA
that,
test or like?
nah, the one that Josh said is free.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Let's do that this week. I want to do it at the Ready Connect show.
Yeah,
Y'all done. So y'all help me do it. I bet, and we'll see if dummies can do it. Because I'm gonna do it this week.
Well,
Great, JB.
yeah. So I wanted to bring that up because I think that's important. I also think it's important to provide reparations for people in such a way that they can improve their situation, not just writing them a check, right? Because if you just write them a check, first of all, the dollar amount goes down, right? So you're gonna be writing niggas a check for what, like $100, $1,000? That's nothing, Give me a real benefit. Pay me some real help. You know what I'm saying? Get me a guaranteed 3% on my first home purchase. Get me 10% off my base income taxes that I pay for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Some things that I can plan with, some things that I can build wealth on. That's what I want these reparations to be, and we need to be thinking that way when we think about this stuff. So that when we politicize and activate programs to try and implement these things, we have that thought process in mind. You
And
know what I'm saying?
shout out to Georgetown University for creating their reparations program, where they're giving descendants of slaves who helped build the university. They're giving them either a discounted or giving them an easier way to get admitted into the university. So.
Shout out to Georgetown and DC.
That is definitely huge. That's a step in the right direction.
Hell yeah.
It is indeed an important one. No?
Hell yeah. So we'll keep you abreast of that. The UN has made that statement, the declarative statement. America has yet to respond. We'll see how that goes. We'll see who our president is and how they respond to that in the coming months. We shall see. What I want to do now is, we're going to do it long, but I want to play the game's video, because we're going to talk about the game versus Meek Mill versus Beanie Siegel at the next break. But I want to play this video and let you guys that are on Ustream watch it and really understand. If you're on our Facebook Live broadcast, now would be the time to click in the link and go to the Ustream so that you can watch this video. It's the game dissing Meek Mill and Beanie Siegel. And you know that whole controversy, or you don't know what happened? Watch the video. When you come back, we'll break it all down. This is a doozy. This video about 7 minutes long. So we'll do that. New to Man Show with JB Frank. Once again, the link to watch the video is in the comments. If you're on Facebook Live, click that link. Go to Ustream. Watch the video. And we're back. New to Man Show with JB Frank, aka the Black CNN. The revolution will be televised. And yeah, that was Chuck Taylor, the game with Pest Control, freestyle off the Ooh beat. Shout out Young M.A., young female rapper coming up in New York. He used her beat to get at Meek Mill and what he called the Dick Chasers and Beanie Siegel. I'll break down how the beef started and kind of what's going on, and then we'll just take it from there. So the game was, as you reported last week, was at a club with Meek Mill and Sean Kingston in LA. He told Meek, hey, watch your back. These LA boys out here robbing niggas left and right. Be careful. Don't be staying all night and trying to close the club down and get the fuck out of here. So gang dipped. Then Meek dipped. Sean Kingston stayed all night, got robbed. hit Meek. Oh, they robbed me. Oh man, what's going on? And Meek was like, damn, gang told me to watch my ass and I'm motherfucking leave early. Glad I did. You know what I'm saying? Sean Kingston took that to mean the game was responsible. Hit up game. That's fucked up, big homie. If these niggas rob me, why you gonna do me like that? Da, da, da. The game like, nigga, I ain't say shit. And he like, well, Meek said that you said that da, 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 da. And so it was a big controversy. It died down. Nobody was really fucking with each other, but it wasn't a big news deal. Game says the police came to his house before he went on tour a couple weeks ago. This happened in June. Police came to his house a couple weeks ago before he went on tour and questioned him about Sean Kingston getting robbed, saying that they said he had something to do with it. He got pissed. His first tour stop in New York, he recorded a diss track dissing Meek Mill and Sean Kingston. Meek Mill responded saying Game lying, talking bullshit. He never said this, he never said that. The Game went on Breakfast Club and said, how could Sean Kingston repeat word for word what I told Meek back to me if Meek never said it to him? So Meek is lying. He brought up the fact that Meek was FaceTiming Nicki when her boyfriend Safari was fucking another chick. And that's how he got Nicki by exposing her boyfriend for cheating on her. So then he slid in and got her. So that happened. And the Game is like, Meek, I can't fuck with you. You're a rat. You snitch on everything. And just like, you're just a bad person. So he comes and does another diss record, which we just played for you guys, Pest Control, which he started in Baltimore, New York, and Philly, where Meek Mill is from. Beanie Sigel jumped in on Meek Mill's diss track to the Game, said a couple bars. Of course, the Game dissed Beanie. Beanie reached out to the Game, and they kind of squashed their situation. And when Beanie was about to perform at the Bad Boys tour in Philly, some of Meek Mill goons, as you saw in the video, caught him and knocked him out. Beans is saying we was arguing, said, look, it's fucking Bad Boy tour, we're gonna do this shit later. We ain't gonna do this here, fuck up the money. He was like, let's not fuck up the money. Beans walked away, dudes left him. So Beans is like, I'm a gangster, dog. Niggas know my track record with Rockefeller. When he had security, I was the security. Niggas know what it was. So I can rumble. And I know I can get my ass kicked too. But he was like, this nigga just snuck me. Like, I wasn't even watching. Like, somebody just catch me off guard.
It looked like somebody stole him. You see
yeah,
that in the
he was
video.
like, I'm just standing there walking away. Somebody stole me. I failed. What you want? Somebody hit you. You ain't looking. You probably fall too.
Right, that's
real.
real.
A gangster. So he went on Text Tone, played his side of the story, making them kind of like, fuck you, little kid. And now we have this big mess. I don't know what it's going to turn into. I know Meek is staying in L.A. The Game has already said he had goons outside Nicki Minaj's mansion. And they could have just did whatever they wanted at any given time because they won L.A. They didn't. They kept it on wax, kept it bad hip-hop battle shit. But it could go either way. And Meek and his goons are saying, let's go anyway. Either way.
They don't really want to.
That's the situation.
Meek don't want to see no parts. Yeah, Meek don't want to see no parts.
You know, I said it last week. I was like, if something else happens at this point, it's gonna be on Meek Mill's squad. And sure enough, what happens? They go up, sneak Beanie Sigel at the concert, and you know they just rah, ooh, Philly. Meek Mill's the king of Philly. Da 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 da. No, but okay. Sorry.
That saved your life. That saved your life.
Anyway, so, but now I'm just really just tired of it at this point. Like, it's just getting old. I appreciate that they are keeping it on wax and making it just straight hip hop, you know, because we're getting a couple of good diss tracks out of it. But at this point, I'm like, can y'all just kill it, cut it already? I'm just over it.
JB?
There comes a time in a man's life where you've dug a hole for yourself that is so deep. You just need to wait for it to rain and let the water fall in it so you can float your way out of that zone. Because the more you keep crawling and scratching and trying to dig your way out, you just digging your way deeper. And I feel that's the case with Meek Mill. Like, every time something goes down, he winds up on the bad end of it. And not just like, oh yeah, he got a little embarrassed. It's like, no, that was a bad look. Like a bad look. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a laughing stock rapper in every era. There's one dude that's just you just laugh at. You know, you think about them that for that decade, and you could just think about all the times you droned on them because something stupid and crazy happened to them.
Like Ja Rule.
Yeah. So that's what Meek Mill is of our era right now. You can't put it no other way.
Yeah. He's definitely
Even
taking
John this me. I mean, I'm trying to say you me, nigga. I ain't no more album shit records. You ain't need that shit yet. John ain't on. Like, nigga, don't be dumb. I got, my artist got the Guinness Book of World Records. My boo Ashanti, my boo, has the Guinness Book of World Records for most albums sold by debut artists. Shout out to my boo Ashanti. Love you, baby. Love you, boo. But that's Ja Rule artist. I'm just saying.
That's real.
Moving along, hope they keep it hip hop. Hope they keep it bumping.
Absolutely.
Like shout out to Nipsey Hussle, Steve Rooney. No more our brothers dying. Fucking rap with all this other stuff going on in the world.
Yeah.
So
it's just petty.
Very important point. Yeah. Glad you made that point.
Real petty. Whole shit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of whole shit, since Melanie so eloquently stated that, the Republican Congress voted to deny Barack Obama's veto of the 9/11 bill. The 9/11 bill allows citizens affected by the terrorist attacks in 9/11 to sue the Saudi Arabian government, which technically weren't even behind 9/11. We'll get into that another show. Yeah, but so he said, let's veto that. It's not in the best interest of the country.
Yep.
They said, no, F you, Barack, we're going to go against you because we always go against you.
Right.
Yep.
And they realized that we now open ourselves up to be sued by, several different nations who were affected by us, our drone attacks, maybe African Americans with reparations, thanks to the UN, since you opened it up to that, America. And now the Republicans are saying, foul call, you did us wrong, we didn't know what we were signing. I'm going to throw it to you first, Mel, because I know you had some strong opinions on what was going on with this situation.
First of all, they're a bunch of idiots. Like, they've been so focused on just defeating President Obama and making it, okay, because, when he was elected, Mitch McConnell came out, we're going to make him a one-term president. And that didn't happen. We voted him in office overwhelmingly the second time around. So they've been just so focused on making sure that he gets nothing done and trying to defeat him on everything that he does. They completely dropped the ball and lost sight of what was good for the actual American people. And them passing this law is not a good thing. The Saudi Arabian government already told us that if we passed this, that there was a good chance that they would take out $750 billion of their assets out of our country. And that would have an impact on the American dollar. It would actually decrease the value of the dollar. So this is terrible. And like I said, it leaves us vulnerable to be sued by other countries, other people, governments and stuff like that. But, and then they had the audacity to blame President Obama like, oh, you ain't give us all the information. You should have talked to us about this last week. So the memo that he sent out last week wasn't good enough, stating in detail why he felt like this was not a good idea. But, it doesn't matter because they've just been focused on defeating him. So I'm done with Congress, JB. Done.
So I think an important thing to note is why this bill is bad. Because people think, oh, reparations. They think, oh, let's get back the people who were responsible for 9/11. But you got to look at the implications of this, right? We're talking about a government allowing its citizens to sue another government for a perceived action that was not declared an act of war between these two nations. Saudi Arabia and the United States were never at war. Saudi Arabia has never claimed any responsibility whatsoever for what happened on 9/11. So to allow this law to pass, America, we're basically saying we're going to allow American people to take other countries into judicial court based on rumors about what that country did. How many rumors do you think are circulating right now about what America has done to other countries? How many facts do you think are out there right now? How many motherfuckers in the Middle East how many citizens of Iraq, Iran, Syria would love to sue the United States?
Because we weren't battling their soldiers, we were battling insurgents, which means civilians.
They could tie the country's legal system, our lawyers up in court for years, draining our tax dollars just to defend the country in civil court. That's why this is stupid, people. That's why it's stupid. And I didn't read a memo to figure that out. Barack Obama didn't stop past the crib and have a drink with me and break it down for me. No. Matter of fact, I didn't even read the law. I just...
Common sense. You thought about it.
These are congressmen.
They don't care.
Senators that didn't know this.
No, they knew. They knew. And I don't believe for 1 second that they didn't know. They just didn't give a shit. They were focused on defeating President Obama. They don't give a damn. It ain't got nothing to do with the actual victims of 9/11. This was all about President Obama and just making sure that he doesn't get any legislation done.
It's a hot mess, and people are emotional because of the tragedy, right? It was a horrible thing, and people are still in their feelings about that, and I understand that. But we can't go too far. You know what I'm saying? We can't let our feelings override our reason, especially in matters of government. That's why this is a big shut up stupid. This might be one of the bigger ones we've ever had. This is a big shut up stupid.
So the Republican Congress, you received the Donald Trump, and then appropriately named, very apropos. The Donald Trump Shut Up Stupid Award goes to the Republican Congress. So you are
It ain't even Republican. It's the whole Congress. It's
the whole
both sides of the aisle. Yes.
So everybody, all of yous get the Donald Trump Shut Up Stupid Award. Shut up, stupid.
Shut up, stupid.
So awful.
But y'all in that gang. We're not messing with y'all. We're going to take a quick music break. We're going to come back. We're going to do sports. We're going to give out our Grind and Shine Award. And we're going to do our Can't You Hear Me Now segment where we each get 60 seconds to kind of break. We got something else we need to do? Cuffing season. Hold on, don't nobody go away. Let me stretch. All right. Get comfortable. Melody has just informed me that we need to talk about cuffing season.
It is cuffing season.
It is officially cuffing season. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who don't know what cuffing season is, cuffing season starts at the beginning of September. It's at the end of summer. And this consists of when you you have a team, a selection of men or women who you are interested in, and periodically throughout the next few weeks and months, you will narrow them down until you get to that person that you are choosing to cuff during the season. So we are currently in the draft. People are still in their tryout season. First cut is like in a couple weeks, like early November or so, or maybe in the next couple, right around Halloween. And then you get like second cuts.
Halloween is a big cutting day.
It is.
Yes. We have a Halloween party, so whoever I invite to that party is.
That's why I said that.
But you ain't hit the final cut yet.
Even the final cut yet.
The final cut ain't till like Thanksgiving.
Right. Man, by the time Thanksgiving dinner, you should be on your final.
Yeah.
You should know who the person is going to.
That's actually an official. That could be an official decision-making point too. Because you might wind up doing something.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't necessarily have to be with them on Thanksgiving.
No.
It's really early to be like.
No. This is when you check on them.
Yeah.
Or,
Since you got days when we get that Thursday, that Friday,
Exactly.
Saturday,
Yeah.
so whether you eat separately or not, you got that weekend.
Right.
You might cop a movie on Black Friday or something like that.
Or something. Spend a little time, and so that way, by the time beginning of December, boom, you have your pick. So you're ready to roll to the holidays.
That's when you start responding to most texts. You start going, I told this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right before Thanksgiving.
Right.
The text slow down, and you start spending more time. You start doing late. You start popping up at your man's job during lunch telling him to come outside and you naked. Well, at least that's what I hope you do. I don't know what you do. This game is free though. Free game, baby.
So yeah, that was by mental note, ladies. That was a recommendation on both news and my behalf. So listen carefully. I love homemade lunches. I love homemade dinners.
He loves pancakes.
Pancakes.
Meal-oriented surprises are generally good. Meal and sex-oriented surprise. If you stay in that lane,
if sex is the meal.
If you stay in that lane, ladies, that's a sure way to improve your position in the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So keep that in mind.
Sex and food together, like strawberries and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, together, separate. Yeah, either way, sex, food. Again, sex, food. Let me say it one more time, ladies.
In case you didn't hear it.
Sex and food.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Sex and food. You got me? That's what you need to stick with.
As a righteous ratchet, I feel comfortable saying this. Feed me, fuck me, shut the fuck up. I think that's about it.
There you go. Good night, everybody.
I'll tell you what, I'm not necessarily participating in cuffing season because I think the last couple of cuffing seasons, I cuffed, wonderful women. I'll never disrespect any woman I dated. They were wonderful women, amazing women. They weren't the ones that I was going to spend the rest of my life with. Mm-hmm. And I think this cuffing season, I think I'm going to chill. And when she pop up, I'll recognize her. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to be bunned up with somebody I know that's not the one just for the sake of doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on cuffing season. If she pops up tomorrow, I'm going to chill with her. And I'm cuffed, whatever. But if she don't pop up by tomorrow, I'm just going to chill, keep doing me. Because being single ain't that bad.
Being single ain't bad at all.
Gotta agree
with you on that. It's time to just lay back and chill. There's too much other stuff going on. A lot of work stuff and life stuff happening that needs to be focused on. And the courtship takes time and resources. So we'll share.
I'm not worried about cuffing season because I am cuffed. I've been cuffed for.
See, that's why she was grinning like that.
So I'm not worried about cuffing season. Y'all have fun and may the odds be ever in your favor.
She's like, yeah,
I'm good.
I already got the receipt on that one.
I've been drafted in picks.
Any spoiler to this cuffing season thing? I'm seeing comments popping up.
Somebody just laughing about cuffing season.
Hey, so I guess I'll give you tips, some real legit tips. I think you should become friends. I think you should spend this month of October getting to know them, what they like, what they don't like, doing different things. Say, hey, you pick something you really enjoy to do, I'm going to come do it with you, whatever it is. I'll pick something I really enjoy to do, you come do it with me no matter what it is. And meet a couple of the homies. I got to introduce you to Mel. I got to introduce you to JB so they can give me their take on you. And that should be what October's about. Us really getting to know each other, and then a couple of our closest friends kind of looking at you and filling you out. And then November comes, we go, all right, man, so it was A or B. JB was A or B. And then you get your friends' feedback. You see what your feedback is. You take everything into consideration. The physical, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, and the financial. You take all of that into consideration, and then that's in early November when you're making this decision. So around Thanksgiving, you pretty much narrowed it down to one and maybe one more that's fighting for that spot. Thanksgiving weekend hits, you make your ultimate decision, and you spend the December holidays going into the new year with that person. And if it works, once spring hits, you really launched the relationship. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't, once summer hit, you're single and you're at JB and new pool party. That's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah, and that's very good advice. But seriously, I wasn't kidding. Sex and sandwiches, it's really important. Like all the memes you see, all the jokes you see, all of that shit is true. Don't just think people are chuckling about it because it's funny.
And what do the fellas need to do? Because we kind of giving ladies advice from our
That's a good
perspective.
point. That's a good
Okay.
point.
What do the fellas need to do to be successful during cuffing season to make sure the pick that they want? Well, we always say we're drafting, but real talk, women are the choosers. They choose who they're going to be with. So we talk about drafting, and it sounds cool, but in reality, and I can give power to them, but in reality, they choose who they want. So, Mel, what do men have to do to be chosen, in your opinion?
Okay, I think people need to really understand that texting is not courting. You need to spend time actually talking to that person on the phone and actually building a friendship, because friendship is so important in a relationship. Like, you're not gonna, if you don't like the person that you're with, you're not gonna be able to be in a relationship with them. You need to be friends with them. So that's the most important thing. Calling people, yes, good morning texts are good, but I do not advise texting all day. People need to hear voices because a lot can be misinterpreted through text messaging. Also, just general courting, open doors for ladies. Women like that. At least I do.
Yeah, let me tell you this. Fellas, you open the door for a lady, you get to watch her behind.
Yeah, I don't understand why dudes don't do that.
Don't be dumb.
Why don't they do that? I don't get that. I never got that.
Yeah, open doors for women. I mean, tell them they're beautiful. That's huge.
You're beautiful, baby. You're beautiful.
Be honest.
In all honesty, you're beautiful.
Do what you say and say what you mean. That goes for both.
In all honesty, you're beautiful, and I mean it.
But there's a lot of rules to dating, so just be nice to people, treat people with respect, and like I said, pick up the phone, call somebody.
Set the expectation. I think a lot of times people don't set the expectation.
That's very true.
I'm looking for this and this and this. What are you looking for?
Be clear.
That and that. Okay, I'll give you that. If you give me this, let's go. Especially if you got deal breakers.
Just definitely lay those deal breakers out early, because you need to know if that's something you're willing to deal with. Yes, like kids, some people don't want to date somebody who has too many kids, or too many kids by too many different people. That can be a major turn off. Baggage means a lot.
It really does.
I didn't know when they told me she didn't want to date me because I didn't have any kids.
That is a lot too.
I got 2, 3 kids. You ain't got none.
Because they don't want to have more.
Yeah. So have the conversation, set the expectations. Somebody's talking trash now. Who's commenting about this cuffing season before we take our break? We'll read your comments and then we'll get out of here.
Nobody. Just Jermaine Frazier said he's tuned in.
All right, what up, Billions? Billions tuned in. I tell you what, we're gonna take our break, a music break. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do sports and Can You Hear Me Now segment. We each give you 60 seconds of something that's been on our mind. So we'll take a music break. We'll come right back. The Man Show with JB Frank, aka the Black CNN. If you're watching on Facebook Live, go to Ustream so that you can watch the music video. And we up out of here. Appreciate you. We'll be right back after this video. And then we're going in. Woo. Mel's asleep.
I am. Melanie went to
And we are back. New Man Show with JB Frank, aka the Black CNN. The revolution will be televised. And now it's our favorite part of the show. We've already given out the Donald Trump Shut Up Stupid Award. So we'll go into the Grind and Shine Award. Gas. Somebody that's out there holding it down, representing, working to their best ability, maximizing their opportunity. And this person won the yearly Grind and Shine Award at our first ever Sight and Sound Awards this year. And it is the one and only Kevin Hart. The miniature might have funny bone, muscle, laughter. Kevin, I don't know what that was. I don't know what it was.
Miniature muscle, mighty bone. I don't know what that was. Okay.
Kevin Hart has surpassed Jerry Seinfeld for this year as the highest paid comedian.
How much did he earn this year?
$87 million.
Go ahead.
And Kevin Hart, Jerry Seinfeld won that award the last 10 years, straight consecutively. The first time he was dethroned was by an African American comic who was taking every opportunity and maximizing it. A true inspiration. One more time for Kevin Hart.
Hardest working man in show business, man. Hardest working man in show
He's
business.
getting that check. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, you can't be mad at him.
Major what DJ Khaled say? Secure the bag alert. Secure the bag alert. Kevin Hart has secured the bag, and the bag was full of money. So you get our Grind and Shine award.
No doubt about it.
And what's next? What's next? His movie, What's Next? What Now? Is coming out in the next few weeks in October.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a stand-up movie, but it's supposed to have a little bit of a plot in it or
like
something.
Halle Berry or some bad shit.
Halle Berry is in it.
It is Halle Berry?
Yeah, it's Halle Berry in it. So it should be interesting.
There'll be some skits with his stand-up. And he's doing his own stand-up comedy act, which stand-up comedy tours, promotions where he's putting on other comedians. And we met one of them the other night. Shout out to the Vol Walker, who won the Taboo 2 in attendance. Actually called me up on stage. I knew the man. They had to call me up on stage. I knew the man. But he's doing his Kevin Hart special in Atlanta in 3 weeks. We're going to attend that event. And we're going to see if we get an interview and get him on the show because we built a pretty good rapport last night. So shout out to Kevin Hart for doing that.
Yeah.
And
giving back, paying it forward.
Hell yeah. Now, I think our favorite part of the show as we wind down and we're ready to get out of here is our Can You Hear Me Now segment, where each of us gives you 60 seconds of something that was been on our mind that we just got to get off our chest. Male, ladies first.
My Can You Hear Me Now is about this petition on change.org for Shawty Low. And I love Shawty Low. I appreciate Shawty Low. I know he, did work in his community with Bankhead. In Bankhead! Which is now Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway, and it should remain Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway. It should not be there should not be a section renamed Shawty Low Parkway or Shawty Low Highway. I just don't agree with that. Donald Lee Hollowell actually was a civil rights activist and was an attorney and did a lot for the African American community. And like I said, I know Shawty Low did some of his community, but he's more Nino Brown than he is Donald Lee Hollowell or MLK. So that is it. I'm not gonna say nothing. It just shouldn't happen. Thank you, JD.
So if you look at the Minnesota Vikings and what they're doing, the San Francisco 49ers, they lost today, but it was a close one. What they're doing, these are two teams that are playing well, but they are actively dealing with what is going on in their communities, the killings, the murders, the problems in society. These are two teams that are actively participating in the process of healing. The Carolina Panthers so far are not. A few of their players here and there are protesting here and there. There's no cohesive team statement, no cohesive organizational support for the team members who have come out and said things about what's going on. I think that level of disunity is starting to show itself on the field. And I think that's why the Carolina Panthers are not playing well. I think they need to get their act together up here, and they need to get their mind right in terms of what's going on in America before they can get their game right on the field.
Yeah, they're in the middle of that craziness because it's all happening in Charlotte. The LBGT community, killing it. Man, good point, JB. My Can You Hear Me Now segment is going to be on President Obama. He made a comment about Colin Kaepernick, or referencing that was saying Colin Kaepernick, you needed to pay more attention to the families he's hurting who have had children who have fought in a war or died in a war, and he's in any war, and he needs to be mindful of that and mindful of their feelings. I almost gave you the Shut Up Stupid Award this week, Mr. President. Colin Kaepernick is not disrespecting anyone that fought or died in a war, or the families of anyone who fought or died in a war. You sound like all the white people who are trying to make this about soldiers and veterans when it's not. It's about civilians who are being murdered by the police that have sworn to protect them. And I'm gonna stop saying unarmed, because it doesn't matter if you have a gun or not. They're killing people. Whether they had a gun in the car or not is irrelevant. Whether they had crack in the car or not is irrelevant. Whether they had weed in the car or not is irrelevant. They're killing people and they're finding things out later on. And that's what Colin Kaepernick is protesting. So he doesn't need to worry about the soldiers who fought in different wars, or the families of slain soldiers who have fought in wars, because his protest is not about the military. And people keep trying to make it about the military, but that's because they want to change the narrative and they don't want to discuss what's really going on. Either they don't know, Ice Cube famously said, say it with me, Mill, either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood. And this is the New to Man Show with JB Frank, aka the Black CNN. I'm New to Man, the rapper, the writer, the revolutionary, the righteous, ratchet.
I'm your girl, So Mellow, aka Harry Button. Frame your mind. Taking the shackles off your minds. I get with you.
Yeah. Nerves with Attitude, Gangsta Geeks. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. Good night and God bless.
Uno, we out.
Have a good week, y'all.
See y'all in 6 days and 23 hours.